Hello there. How are you doing, everyone? Thanks for joining us for another F1 Manager live stream. In case you don't know, I'm Ian, Senior Community Manager for F1 Manager, and I'm joined by Josie, who you can see in the bottom left, who is Associate Product Manager on F1 Manager. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's been quite an interesting week in F1, hasn't it, so far, Josie? I don't know if you guys out there on the stream have been keeping up with all the latest car reveals, but yeah, lots of cool stuff being shown off.
Yeah, it's a big week for F1. Lots of car launches, as you just said, and we're ramping up towards F1 testing. Which is at a different location to normal, but still exciting, still a big part of the season. So, you know, we're all watching with bated breath, just trying to figure out who's going to be the quickest.
Just bear with me. Looks as if the chat box is a little bit transparent. So let me see if I can fix that.
Okay.
There we go. That's a little bit better. It's got the grey background, which is cool. So yeah, I was hoping to have a look at the new Ferrari cars because they're being revealed today, aren't they, for the very first time? But so far, I think they've only tweeted out what the new driver overalls are looking like, which is pretty exciting, I suppose, if you're a huge Ferrari fan. But yeah, I was more excited to see the car personally. So hopefully I can see that soon. Really, yeah. Surprisingly, they're red. Yes.
Okay, they're red.
And they have a horse on the logo as well, which is news to me.
That makes it a lot easier for the art department.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at a car that has actually been revealed. I think this is the first one revealed. So let me just get rid of my.
But my clout. That's right, with the M at the suffix, yeah, to denote the fact that it's got the Mercedes power unit instead of the Renault. So McLaren have been using all their development tokens on making sure that the engine fits in the car. Yeah, it's a pretty design. I've liked the McLaren papaya return, so it does stand out a lot. Oh, look at those two. Oh, all bets are off. Yeah, me too. I mean, I really like the pair of them. The car itself is a massive question mark because they've had to go down a completely different route to every other team in preparing for this season, and that they've changed their power unit. You know, they're the only team who's done that this season, out of step with the new aero regulations that come in next year. So they could be like at the front or close to the front, or they could be like at the back. There's no way to know yet.
For the upcoming season, but yeah, I'm afraid you're gonna have to put up with my face for a little bit longer.
We're gonna do some gameplay.
Yeah, I think we are.
Do some gameplay and some Q&A, right?
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask away in the chat. Josie's going to do her best to answer your questions there. And yeah, I'm going to play through what's on this week. It's the first community choice event, isn't it, of the year? It's the British Grand Prix. So I think the third round of qualifying is open, so I might get involved with that. But I think I should open a crate or two first. So
yeah, do some crate openings.
Yep.
We've already had somebody on the Facebook ask if we'll open some crates. So
Yeah, I'm definitely opening
let's
some
do
crates.
it.
I mean, I'm not optimistic of getting great stuff from the free crates, but we'll see. I might get lucky. Yeah, nothing too exciting there. Might as well open up the other one.
Yep. While you're doing that, I'm gonna just like scroll back on a couple of the comments.
Yeah, you go for that.
So we've had a bunch of people so far just saying hello. Hi from Paris, hi from Brazil, hi from Spain. So hello to everybody out there. Filippo Facino asks, big boar or gorilla? Which is a good question. I don't know if I have a preference. I think I've used both.
Let me see if I can pull the stats up so you can give some informed.
Yeah, do it.
Let's see, you go. That's at max level. The big boar, powerful beast. And what was the other one?
That is good.
The gorilla. Right. Okay. I expect this to be not quite as good. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking the big boar, pretty much no-brainer for me. But I don't know. What do you think, Josie? Do you agree?
I'm just opening my notes because I do have part notes. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would say probably big boar because
it stands to reason. It's a high level part, isn't it? So you'd expect it to be better at the max level.
Yeah, at max level, it's better because it's got more power, but it does have less grip, and grip is just as important. So I guess it's basically up to you.
The conversation becomes interesting if, say, you've got like a level 5 gorilla and a level 2 big boar, but I think if all things being equal, you got to go for the big boar there.
Yeah.
I have an asset trade. Before I get involved in the racing, maybe I should see if I can get anything nice from asset trading, because I think I have. Do I have something? No, I don't have enough assets to trade. Oh dear. So scratch that. Okay. I have had some good trades recently. I think I had Hamilton twice in a row last week, which was very, very good. Yeah, I know.
That is good.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into racing and let you answer some questions.
And I am winding back, still looking at questions from several minutes ago when we were just chatting. Harris Marosh asks, insert the 24 online players can play on one track. We've had that suggestion a lot. We love that suggestion. That was actually the original intention of the prototype that we made like many years ago for a game like this. But we worked out that for like server stability and all those kinds of things, and also to kind of have that like 1v1 mentality, that we needed to scale it back. But it hasn't left our minds. We still think about it. Lots of people talking about the McLaren. Everybody loves the McLaren. Scott Jones is asking, when does CC points come out? The CC point update for the 2021 update is coming. It is not just yet, but you will get plenty of notice to get your CC points built up and to check on your level before the 2021 update comes.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing that some of you out there might not be aware of, but when it comes to things like car reveals, we pretty much see them at the same point as the general public do. So obviously that means, it would be great for us to do the season change maybe a bit earlier, but we still, for example, these cars are being revealed, we still have to build them in the game, which obviously takes a bit of time. So yeah, just bear with us and we'll let you know as soon as possible on a date for the season change.
Yep. Kenneth Marshall asks, hi, do we get to keep our boosts and money from the new season? So your boosts and your bucks will stay with you for the new season. The new interesting thing that's happening to your coins, remember last year the coins just sort of disappeared, but this year there is a conversion which will turn them into a certain number of CC points. So the more coins you have at the end of the season, the more CC points you will get at the start of the new season. Slug Deezy says, do you only play when you're streaming to us, Ian, because you only have 613 flags?
Well, quite often we're having to test new builds in the game, and when that happens, a lot of the time our progress gets reset, unfortunately, which is a bit frustrating. And I only have one device, so I can't kind of like keep one for like a personal game and one for work. It's kind of like one device for both work and play, unfortunately. So yeah, it does reset your progress when we test these builds internally on our devices, which is a bit frustrating.
Okay, Raikiran Greval Singh, I've probably said that all wrong, I'm so sorry, says, please do something with qualifying, guys, always end at the back. So there are definitely some strategic things you can do to help improve the qualifying position. However, if you're always at the back, I would suggest contacting support and talking to them about it, because that sounds a little bit off. Yeah, definitely do that, I think. Sundra Race and C says, big fan of the trade window. If the trade window exactly finds non-maxed epics, why not use the same logic for epic assets in GP crates? They do work in slightly different ways. If you're only seeing epic assets in the trades, then that's because you must have all of your rares and commons maxed. And that's not true for everybody. So you should be able to see other rarities pop up if you don't have them maxed. Joseph Lowe's asking, is there a way you can play against your friends? At the moment, there is not a system for that, but in the near future, we're adding our first round of social features with clubs.
Very exciting. Can't wait.
I don't know what the exact time frame on that is just yet, but when that happens, it will provide a little bit more opportunity for social play, even though I'm not sure if direct 1v1 play is part of that, at least to start with. Slug Deezy says top 10 spots in Legend League should all be legendary crates. Everybody loves prizes. I understand that. At the moment, we're quite happy with the way that the prizes ramp up. Of course, we do look at that every year just to sort of sanity check if that works out.
So yeah, currently in second in this. Oh, actually no, just popped into first. But the other guy has got a second place driver out there. But then again, his other one is in 10th, so I think it's 50-50 if I'm going to be picking up a win on this one. We shall see.
Crazy Turtle 610 says, what can I do with my 50 billion coins? Keep them, because when the 2021 update comes around, they'll be converted into a few CC points. Pickle Monkey asks, has Albon had a secret nerf? Nope, we've not done anything to Albon. Poor Albon. Hollywood00 says, what's an approximate timescale on races with more players? At the moment, there's no timeline for that, because even though we love the feature, at the moment, it is not a thing we find feasible. It's something we're thinking about, but there's no timeline on that, and there's no plans, I'm afraid. Major Jeff likes my headphones. Enamore asks, when will we be able to trade also rare cards? If you've got any rares maxed out, then you should be able to trade them in. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so,
it's not just commons, but
maybe you just have maxed commons so far.
Yeah, I think in the vast majority of cases you go.
I lost you temporarily, Ian. Are you there?
I'm still there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, it just glitched out a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, no, it's okay though.
Momentarily. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we actually have a little bit of background sound now for the game, which is nice. Hopefully you can hear it.
There's a couple of questions. I think it's the same question written a couple of times from 13 Unlucky for Some, basically saying that they are having latency problems, particularly on wireless. They're saying that the problem is our server. So yeah, we are always looking at ways to improve our server stability problems. The majority of matches go completely fine without a hitch. The worst thing that happens is that sometimes we need to slightly reduce the traffic rate that you receive from the server to keep up with the load, but that's a rare thing. So if you're having problems with your Wi-Fi, I would definitely recommend taking a look at that, but it sounds like you may have already. We're always looking at ways to improve the service.
Yeah, and just to follow on from that again, Josie, this kind of ties into issues some players have with disconnections during Grand Prix especially, and I have an update prep that I'm going to post out to the community, just giving a little bit of detail about our ongoing work to work on those issues. So yeah, if you're on our Discord, keep an eye open after the stream, because I'll be posting that before the end of the day. And I won. Yay.
Well done. Somebody called Doug says that it was fake. So I don't know if they're talking about the race or something else. Hopefully they realise that we are totally
Definitely
real.
not fake. I can hold it
No.
up to the screen there. Hopefully that matches up with what you're seeing on the game panel. So
We're absolutely people.
Yep. Right, I'm going to do another race, and then maybe we can look at a couple more newly revealed cars. Josie, what do you say about that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I just had to refresh Twitch chat because my page bugged out. So I'm sorry if you had a question on Twitch that I didn't answer yet. Ask it again.
Yeah.
Because I can't see it anymore.
Well, this is going to be a tricky one. He's got a few more flags than me.
Kingsley MOB says, are they released the yellow soft in the game or not? Which I guess they're talking about the medium tyre in between the red soft and the white hard tyre. At the moment, we like the simplicity of having only two dry tyre choices. We get a lot of people asking about medium tyres and about intermediates, but we think that the simplicity is what's best for making the game accessible to everybody.
If anyone has any kind of strategy tips for me, by the way, in these qualifying races, feel free to post them up in the Twitch. More than happy to take your advice on board.
Oh, you got to just pit every lap.
Yeah, that's what you're meant to do, right?
yeah, that's right. Rebel Racing says this stream is lit, which is very nice. Thank you, Rebel Racing.
Yeah, thank you.
And Top Drive says this live stream is fire. So this is not at all self-referential or marketing of any kind. Whoever is in charge of those channels is doing the right thing, being tuned to the stream. Gaming with King is also here.
Ah, hello there. One thing to say is if you are enjoying the stream, please feel free to give us a subscribe or a follow. You might even get to see your name pop up at the top of the stream because we've added a fancy little widget that does that.
Enamore has all of the deets on the strats. You want to take Russia 3 laps on soft with green, conservative pace. Then 2 soft, a 2 lap soft stint with red, and then a 4 hard tyre stint with red.
Okay.
Can we do that?
I'll be a bit late.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. Enamore's giving us all the tricks. Raikiran Grevel Singh is saying any upgrade for Kimi. So Kimi will stay how he is for now, particularly because in 2020 Kimi is seen as a very powerful driver. Of course, all of the drivers will be shuffled around in different places when we get to 2021. Natty Dread stays flying. Says how many CC points equals coins? What is the ratio? The ratio is not fully decided yet. However, when we release the CC points update, I think it will probably be included somewhere in the info for that.
Okay.
So many questions. Oh my god.
That's what we like.
Abd El Rahman Sharif says, can you please make the driver stats updated weekly like FIFA Mobile? That is a cool thing. Absolutely understand that one. Of course, for the most part, drivers' performances don't change, especially from sort of race to race. Of course, everybody has a bad race. But generally speaking, when they're in their car, the season is pretty much a consistent block. So we only make changes when they're absolutely necessary.
Just quickly for me, yeah. Sorry, Ernest, it was a bit late for me to take your Russia advice on board, but I think it's Hungary next. So yeah, let me know some of your tips for Hungary, and that goes to everyone. Let me know in the Twitch chat if you have any suggestions.
Scott Jones says, could have a ratio of 50 races platinum and 150 for legendary. I'm not sure what's the context to that, so I'm just trying to figure that out. I don't know what that's about, sorry. Scott Osborne asks, hi there, when you get to the final round, is it possible to have a top 25 and top 50 banner for us that aren't good enough to get top 10? Are you just talking about like in the league table? Because that actually does sound kind of nice, just to sort of help you orientate where you are. Ian Killiam says, fire emoji 4 times. That's good. Thank you.
Oh dear.
Konstantinos Baltas says, an engine brake should massively slow the car in order to force an immediate pit stop. Yeah, generally we would agree in terms of like absolute authenticity. If your engine breaks, then you should really be out of the race. But we found that like in our earliest testing that was like super frustrating. So we sort of ended up in more of a compromised position where you lose some performance and you need to get it fixed up, but that doesn't totally ruin your race, because if that happened, especially in the early game when your reliability score is lower, that would be like pretty frustrating. So don't do that to players.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be picking up that many points from this race, I'm afraid, Josie. I took my eye off the ball looking at the Twitch chat, and I think I double sacked a couple of cars in the pits, which is
It's okay. Like
very much a
Enamon has
schoolboy
given
error.
us.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take his tips on board for the next race.
Yeah. Major Jeff asks, will Hanoi be removed in the new season? So as you may have seen, the Vietnamese Grand Prix has made its way off the calendar for 2021. So if you remember back in 2019, we had Hockenheim on the rotation of tracks. And after that disappeared off the F1 calendar, we had to disable Hockenheim. So unless a deal is forthcoming between FOM, F1 management, and the people over at the track at Hanoi, if it doesn't make it onto the calendar, then you probably won't be seeing as much of it, I'm afraid. Tom Hakeley24 says, when will we see the new season come out? The date for it is not revealed yet. However, we're going to put out an update soon that will set you up for the new season. So you'll get the CC points update, which will come out soon. And then that will sort of begin the countdown for the main season update. JPB asks, club? Yep, the club's update is coming. We don't have a timeline set for it yet, but we are actively working on it. So you'll get those social features soon.
And that question there from Crazy Turtle, that ties into what we talked about earlier, wasn't it? There's, you can convert your extra coins to CC points this time around, which you couldn't last time. So there's no need to spend them all.
Yep. When the 2021 update comes out, those coins will be turned into CC points. Tom Haley also asking, did we lose? We lost. When will we see Imola? So Imola was a surprise addition to the F1 calendar last year, and it takes a very long time to build a track. So we've now heard, of course, that Imola is coming back on to the 2021 calendar. At the moment, it looks like that's on a temporary basis. We are essentially waiting to see whether that becomes a multi-year deal, because otherwise, by the time it takes us to build the track, it will be off the calendar again.
So, yeah, do you fancy looking at a couple more car reveals, Josie?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. I'm swamped with questions, but we got to look at the other cars. So
yeah, okay, I'll rattle through these.
Let's do that
pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because it took me ages to grab all the screenshots and set this up. Okay.
Top Drives and Rebel Racing are making fun of you for your gameplay. It's new. Now, I really like this like swapped color reinterpretation of the Alpha livery. I think it looks really clean and nice and aggressive too. I think they originally did it. Yeah, I think they originally did it to try and distance themselves from Alpha Tauri with like the white bottom and the colorful top. So they flipped them over, but like it just looks so clean. I love the look of this car. Oh, it's always so difficult because that their whole situation is sort of really difficult to get down, and they always seem to overperform in testing, at least in the last few years, compared to their like final position in the season. I think for them, what they really want is just to be back in the main midfield fight, like they were in 2019 with Charles Leclerc. That's their big thing that they want to get. So Kimi and Antonio hopefully need to get some more points in. That's what they'd like. That's right. And confusingly enough, next year's car will be called the C40 because they started working on them in the wrong order. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Very imaginative. Good name for the second AlphaTauri. Yeah, I mean, you've got to like drape words over the bodywork in a way that they're still legible. So I guess it's not a bad job. Yeah, I reckon it would do. I quite like the fact that they've sort of spread out their like corporate navy blue colors on the car a little bit this time. Yeah, it's very nicely done indeed. On the subject of this car, Crazy Turtle is asking, will we ever have test drivers in the game? Because they want to play as Yuki Tsunoda. But of course, Yuki is going to be driving for AlphaTauri in 2021. So you will get your wish. Yuki Tsunoda is going to be in the game, provided that good. Provided what we know about previous seasons, the 2021 drivers will arrive. So you get to play him. Yeah, I like their new overalls as well. They look really nice. I'm quite a fan of them. Yeah, me neither. I think in the flesh it looks better than in the renders. Frankly, I think just that navy blue in the sunlight is a little bit better looking.
We will have a look at that later and get back to doing a little bit of racing and question answering. Okay.
Yeah. Gaming with King says, Josie, can you help me with explaining what do the team mean when they are explaining the penalty and stats the driver's feeling for the day or on the day? Does this mean one day in real life or real pace? What?
I'm not entirely sure there.
I don't know either. Do feel free to expand on that.
Yeah.
Because I want to figure that out. Maximilian Nguyen is asking if we'll open epic crates during the stream.
I literally was about to say I'm going to open up this legendary crate here.
Nice.
I have a few books, so why not?
Good. There you go. See?
Yeah. There you go. We aim to please here on the stream. Okay, see what we got. Oh, something else to upgrade. Stickler. No. Come on, give me some epics. Can you guys out there on the stream, when people click follow or like, can you hear that little like trumpet sound? Because I can hear it, and I thought I disabled it, but I'm not sure if it's just for my benefit or if you can hear it too.
Oh, Jeff thinks that they're talking about the qualifying penalty in the matchmaking system. Right.
Ooh,
okay.
That's a good pick. Lots and lots of contrail. Let's get that upgraded. Oh, just the one limbo. Oh. Still not enough to upgrade Carlos, but I think I've got a few things that I can spend some coins on. Right, let's do it. Yeah, let's get that contrail upgraded. I might even be able to use it, maybe. What are you thinking, Josie? Should I swap the contrail in? I get more power and aero, but I'm losing grip. Or keep the phaser.
Oh wait, but you can upgrade it.
I've already upgraded it.
That's sorry, I'm watching the delay.
Okay.
Watching the delayed stream. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do it. Whatever.
Love a bit of power, don't we?
I want to get back to questions. I'm really behind.
Right, sorry.
It's all right. Luteristia says, well, the season has ended. Oh, so the in-game season hasn't ended. That's important to say. The trade is good for us, but we don't have epic parts or drivers upgrade at full. It was playable for us. You can reduce the time from 24 hours to 12 because the parts are too much for gathering them. The second one is for crates. Can we find one algorithm so we farm for legendary? What? I took one after 2 weeks or even platinum, and playing a lot. Believe me, I understand you can't give them for free because you need this money for the game servers each. Thank you a lot. Yeah, so we've tuned the rate at which you can trade in your assets to be once per day. The simple reason for that is that it basically is just like a single moment in your routine of playing the game that you log in the one time to do it. And we didn't want it to be like super powerful. If it was twice per day, it basically means you can do double the trades, which is a lot of trading. So yeah, it's a good way to lose some of those coins. But generally speaking, we think we've tuned it correctly because we don't want it to be too powerful. Emmanuel Barbagallo says, this year F1 Manager is only Kimi, Lewis, Albon and Verstappen. Leclerc is out of the top 10 and Vettel's very bad. Why? So we've had a lot of feedback on the driver balance and we are making changes for 2021. It does so happen that Leclerc is a little bit out of the running. That turned out to be somewhat prophetic because
same with Vettel, really.
The Ferrari did struggle this year. But yeah, obviously they are a lot of people's favorite, so it feels bad to have them somewhere in the midfield. Hopefully we'll get sort of better looking driver balances for 2021. Sundaris and C says, instead of a wooden downforce and hex boosts in contender GP events and hex and dead fasts in champion, it would be so good if we were able to choose any of the premium boosts GP award. That's a cool idea. It would probably be a bit time consuming to make those changes, but yeah, obviously that's a nice little thing if you prefer one boost over another. Not a bad idea. Don Montague asks, what happens to drivers that we will lose, like Grosjean? Will all the upgrades be lost? So as with the 2020 update, the drivers from the previous year will still be available in your legacy team for the year. So you'll still be able to use them 3 times a day. So if you love Grosjean as much as we do here at F1 Manager, you can still play as him for the next year going on. So yeah, it's a shame he's moving on to IndyCar, but I'm excited to see what he does.
Do you think we should clarify what's happening with your 2019 team as well, Josie?
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it because
okay.
I don't know if that's been revealed yet.
Right, so
oh God, there's so many questions.
Okay.
Ian Killiam says, to clarify what King is asking, on the support page, qualifying says, when we have calculated the optimal lap time, we then use the driver's consistency stat to randomly generate a penalty. This is to simulate the feeling that drivers can perform differently on different days. Okay, yeah, so the way that is working is it's not just on a calendar day basis, it is on a race by race basis, and it is specific to you. So if you have the same driver pairing as your opponent, they all get separate roles on that consistency stat that generate their penalty. So It really is specific to the race and specific to the driver. And that is essentially just to make sure that the qualifying isn't the same order every time, because as we have seen from some F1 races, that can be considered a little bit boring. We like to keep it exciting. Scott Jones says, I'm in Series 12 and I've not seen a Platinum or Legendary crate for ages. Can we have a ratio 50 out of 100 race for Platinum and 150 out of 200 race for Legendary crates? So the rate at which you receive any kind of crate rarity from your race victories is unchanged from series to series. And in order to make sure that you can get all the different rarities of drivers relatively evenly, that seems to be the way that we want to tune it. For now, we are not thinking about adding more high value crates to the already successful Series 12 players. King Astral is asking, how do you trade? So if you have any of your driver or car components assets maxed out, as in you've upgraded it all the way to its top level, and then you still have some left over, then once you have, 100 commons, I can't remember the numbers. Once you have a certain number, then a special thing on the home bar will pop up that will let you trade in your assets for others once per day. So once you've got something maxed out, you'll be able to use the feature.
I can probably confirm that after this race if you want me to, Josie.
Yeah. You don't have anything to trade, do you?
No, but I think there's a pop-up, isn't there, that tells you what the exchange rate is? Or did I mishear the question?
Oh yeah, maybe there is one.
Well, big thumbs up to Earn More. His strategy did the job. I won the race. Although the rival didn't put up that much of a challenge, to be fair, for this one. But yeah, if you guys have got any suggestions for race 4, let me know in the chat.
Anselmo Storani says, with the now update, will you increase the possibility of a safety car? I'd really like that. Yep, we are aware that safety cars have sort of disappeared. We are working on bringing them back. I had a call with a couple of the client developers this week to talk about the ways that we can bring it back to a sort of 2019-ish level. So that's on the cards.
Don't know if you can see on your screen, Josie, but I've just got up there the number of assets you need to have a surplus to get access to the asset trading. It's 300 commons, 60 rares, or 6 epics.
Amazing. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. So once you have that many over the maxed out value for those kinds of assets, then the window will appear. Prasant says, when is the fix coming up for Android 11 devices? I can't handle these unexpected app crashes. Yep, so we're always chasing stability, and we've got more updates in the pipeline in the short term, so I hope that we can work on something with that.
I think for that one, aren't we quite dependent on Unity as well?
That sounds like the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Maximilian Nguyen asks, could you increase the chance of receiving a platinum or legendary crate while reducing the chance of getting a gold one after a dual win? With some work we could do that. However, we do want the legendary and epic crates to remain really special. It's absolutely a big deal when you pick one of those up after winning your race, so I think we're in about the right place for that. Of course, we appreciate that everybody wants more of the cool stuff. Ishmael Oliveira asks, this asset trading will continue after the start of next season. I don't think we're turning it off. So asset trading will still exist in 2021 as far as I know. But of course, it will be a little while before you have anything maxed out. So
Yes.
it will be hidden for a while, but you'll unlock it later.
Right. Looks like we're off to Bahrain. Oh dear, that's a poor qualifying performance.
I missed it. What did you? I haven't seen
11th and 13th.
Oh dear.
It's more how well the other guy did. Okay.
I'm just seeing it now. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Okay. Ian Wilkins says, a thought. In working out the average / total score in the qualifying and opening round and your GP table position, why not exclude your lowest points race? That way, if you get the dreaded 3-point disconnection, it's not the end of your GP. It will also make sandbagging harder. What are your thoughts? Actually, this is one of the solutions that we have already tabled to deal with or slightly mitigate some of the problems that people have with GPs. So it's a very good thought. We may see that solution come in. Rudy Peters asks, not sure if it's been asked before, but can we sort out the switches between, the switches between known drivers when requested? Many times I have Hamilton, my second driver, trying to overtake his teammate, but stuck behind him for over a lap, despite being on red. So we've had a lot of feedback about this precise thing, with players wanting the ability to swap drivers. And we're looking at ways to always improve the pathfinding so that the drivers can get past when there's an obvious pace differential. We're looking at that all the time. Paul Tittensaw is asking, do you know when the new season will start? Will it match the real F1 season? For reasons of getting all of the liveries together and all of the new content together, all of the new drivers and all their photographs and stuff, we have to get those from official sources. So it takes us a little while to get the new season spun up content-wise. Last year for the 2020 update, we launched in May, which was sort of 2 months after the season was due to begin. So that's a realistic timeline. We're trying to get it out to you as soon as possible because we like the years to line up as closely as we can.
Yeah, and rest assured that as soon as we do have that date locked down, we'll make an announcement on Discord and social media. So there's not much danger of you missing it if you follow our channels. Ooh, slight double stacking in the pits, nothing too disastrous though. Not feeling it this time though. The other guy's in 5th and 10th, and I'm in 12th and 15th. Got some catching up to do. I've got
Have
2
you been
drivers
reading
pushing. I have been, yeah. His strategy worked well in the last race, so I'm taking Erna Moore's advice again for this one. So we'll see how it goes. There's still half the race to go, so plenty of time to claw things back.
Zach Lyndon Jones is asking, how can you increase the chances of a good qualifying session? Generally, more stat points is better. And specifically, if you're worried about the consistency penalty, then taking a driver with high consistency will give you a more consistent qualifying time, which generally means a higher time. Just generally make the best setups that you can. Maximilian is appreciating our reply, saying that after they've maxed out all the commons and rares, the gold crates have become pretty useless. So it sounds like you're really close to finishing up your sticker book in time for the season score update. Good for you. It's going to get harder and harder to use the crates, but that's what the trade-in feature is for. So the more times that you go over when you've maxed out an asset, you can get the opportunity to trade in. Rick Steele is asking about camera views. Are there updates on the views more than just the two? I know that we had some work going into that, but I'm not sure what the status of that is at the moment.
I keep on checking the Ferrari Twitter to see if they've revealed their car yet. And it's 3 hours into their launch show and they still haven't. Are they actually even doing it today, or is it just the driver overalls?
No idea.
Yeah.
Memex F1 says, who's responsible for the design of boosts, and can the community get involved in that? Why does Hutch push reliability in the newer generation of boosts? So there are several people who might design a boost. There's about 3-ish members of the team who might be tasked with adding new boosts. And the reason that reliability is being used at the moment is because it was a newer attribute that was added to the boosts. Beforehand, for like the first year or so, there was no reliability boost. So when it comes to like filling in all the dots of all the different combinations of stat boosts you can have, reliability is newer, so it's going to appear in more of the combos. Cyber Viper X99 says that they can imagine this game being in esports very funny, because a lot of people love this game and then grind, and they like your livery, Ian.
Yes, I commented on that. I actually took a bit of time to actually get it looking nice. I might show it off properly after this race.
Ballerina says that the Ferrari launch is just for the team.
Yes.
So maybe no car.
1 second, I'll be back in 1 moment. Sorry. Hold the fort for 1 second, Josie.
Yeah, no problem. I'll answer questions. Cool. Kevin Range asks, any plan to move the end time for the weekly leagues, as it's a bit unfair for us Europeans that it finishes at around 7 or 8 a.m. Yeah, so the fun thing about the weekly leagues is because you're logging into data centers, we need to make sure that the times that it changes are relatively okay for a lot of people who connect to different data centers. So with the majority of our audience being in Europe and the US, we do try and tune it about right so that people have time in their day to get all of their races in. Of course, you've got to remember that you have the advantage at the beginning of the weekly league because you wake up as soon as the league rolls over and you can put your matches in before everybody else wakes up. So that's the compromise. Kingsley MOB is asking, will the safety car come back soon? Yep, we're looking at ways to increase the rate of safety cars. So watch the space in a future update. That should appear somewhere in the change logs. Kevin Range is now saying, no wonder why Albon always qualifies low down. Yep, so that is the compromise that you make with the setup. If Albon's consistency is weak, then that means that his qualifying is going to be a little bit worse, but it means that he has more stat points in other areas. So what is he? He's got really good fuel use and really good overtaking. So, you can make use of those in place of his qualifying position.
Do you want to have a quick look at the final car reveal that we've got to show off, Josie?
Yeah, sure.
Allow a few questions to build up.
Yeah, do the car reveal.
Yeah, you keep on talking.
Scott says it's Ferrari are revealing their car next week on a separate day. What a shame. Yeah, let's look at the Red Bull. Yeah, you can see the logos from Perez's sponsors on the wing end plates, which is kind of nice. I haven't seen it yet. They look good. Yeah, it's nice though. It's such a good looking car. Like, I know every year they get like a little bit of stick for not changing the livery. But I mean, really, it's an iconic look. and it's very clean and sharp. So yeah, Checo. Yeah, yeah. I mean, shooting for podiums, all things considered. Honda has an entirely new power unit architecture for the year that they've brought forward from their original 2022 plan. So that engine is a massive question mark. Like, that power unit is a question mark. It could be like seriously faster. But they've already said that the reliability is a risk. So I'm just hoping that it's competitive. Yeah, show us the overalls. Is it red? Oh gosh, they're red. Look at that. Wow. Carlos Sainz. Oh yeah, no, I think he's up to it. Carlos Sainz has always sort of seemed to me as like, yeah, he seems to me like the consummate professional. Like he knows how to do his job properly, I reckon. So I think that he's going to fit in really nicely and gel up with the team, and I think he'll generate some good results.
For this show, so there you go, there's me again, there's you again, there's the game back again, and I think I have one more race to do in this qualifying. I mean, I may have won a couple and lost a couple, but I'm still looking good to qualify anyway, so that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah. Have you seen Enamor's advice?
I have, yes. I was looking for a thumbs up emoji, but I couldn't find it, so there you go, you get a real life thumbs up instead. Okay.
Yeah. Trying to get some more questions in. We've got a few things. Just a quick shout out, first of all, from Alexandre Mesquita. It says, "Hi, I'm from Brazil. Send a big hug for us." Hi, really great to see you. Welcome. Thank you for watching from Brazil. Timo Zulka is asking, when are Hutch making a place to train a new track / drivers or new strategy? Yeah, we've had people asking us for a while about having like a sandbox area. At the moment, I don't know if we have anything planned, but it's something that we are always looking about, because like, yeah, it's we hear about it a lot, that people want a place that they can like test. Speedy Programmer says, I haven't got asset trading yet. Is there a problem? So if you can't see the asset trading feature yet, it might be because you don't have any assets maxed out, fully upgraded, and then past the threshold number, which for common is 300. So if you've got 300 assets on top of the maxed out common, then the asset trading feature appears. But if you've just got a level 10 of something, then you won't see the feature yet. It will appear when you are eligible.
Right, and we're off at Silverstone, my local track.
Okay. David Bodnar asks, why isn't there bigger temperature effect? The behavior of tires is the same anywhere between 0 degrees C and 33 degrees C. So there are subtle differences. I do think that we don't do a great job of signposting them, but when it comes to the relative amounts of grip and tire longevity, there is a difference in that temperature range that you described. It might be something that we could expand on, though. I think it would be kind of cool to have there be like strange effects that happen when the track gets cold. Kevin Range says, go red at the start. What are you doing? But then
contradicts Enamor. Yeah, that's the beauty of the game. So many different viable strategies. Do you know what surprised me, Josie? This is the community choice British Grand Prix. and it hasn't rained
Yeah.
once. What's wrong with that?
Wow. I don't know. Let me look at the design sheet.
Although to be
for
fair,
how unlikely
here in
that
the UK, it's quite nice out today.
Yeah.
So,
Give me a minute. I'm finding out why. I'm finding out if that's likely. Yeah, there's a 10% chance of rain in the first one and a 0% chance in the second one. So you dodged a bullet there, my friend.
Got lucky. I am the polar opposite of Hamilton. I don't do well in the wet.
D. Craig Norton says, are there any plans to increase the number of total tracks as we level up? For example, level 1, 3 tracks, level 12, 7 tracks. So if you're talking about the number of tracks that are in each series, that is something that is variable year on year. So the track pool for 2021 should look quite different, and we are looking at ways to make sure that you have a fresh challenge if you're in the top series. Because after all, just having like 5 tracks to pick from is still not many. So watch this space. Murad Benai says, hi from Algeria. Hi.
It's great, isn't it? We're getting so many international viewers. It's really cool. I'm not sure what the time is for you guys over there, but if it's an unsocial hour, thanks so much for taking the time to come and join us. Really appreciate it.
It's not far off. In Algeria, it's about the same time as it is.
Oh, here. Yeah. But where was the other person from? Was it Brazil, you said?
Brazil, yeah. So for them, it's like
it's early morning, isn't it? Oh, 1 p.m. Oh, not too bad then. This is a pretty good time, I think, isn't it, for most people out there?
Yeah, Americans can watch in their lunch break and Europeans can watch at the end of the workday. Marco Piacentini asks, when we move into next season, you stated we'll retain our weekly league position. Does this mean we will also keep the reward coming from it? Will the level champion be available right away? Or is it as last year that we'll all start with just junior? Yep, so you're right. The weekly leagues tiers will stay the same, so you'll stay where you are. However, I don't know what happens with the bonuses. I guess that if a league starts and then you finish it after the new season, that since you're still in the same bracket, you'll continue to get the benefits. But I don't know that for sure. Luca asks, is the best strategy on start to go full throttle red? Not always. There are some viable strategies where getting an aggressive start is advantageous, but as you've just seen, we got advice from Erna Moore for this race, which was to start in conservative mode. Yeah. So try things.
It's doing all right for Hamilton, for but Bottas, well, he wasn't 24th, he's 22nd now, so.
D. Craig Norton says that this is hands down their favourite mobile game. Thank you very much.
Ah, that's great to hear. And it's only going to get better.
Yeah. King Astral asks, any plans for crashes? Do you mean you want cars to crash more? Or do you mean you want the app to crash less? Because both is valid feedback.
Did you get a reply, Josie?
Not yet.
Oh, I've just had an apology from Erna Moore.
I'm
not blaming the strategy. No.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You tried to make it work.
Yeah.
How many points have you ended up with?
I'm going to qualify, I think. I'm in second at the minute, but there's still quite a few races left. Some players in my group haven't even started qualifying yet. So, but yeah, I'm quietly confident.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, Ian, we've got to dash.
We have, haven't we? Yeah, that's flew by.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. I think I mentioned before we're going to be looking at doing these on a bi-weekly basis. So no live stream next week, but another one the week after that. So hopefully you can, come back and join us again for that one.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the show. And yeah, I'm working on a better way to do giveaways, because some of you who've joined the show before might have noticed we didn't do a giveaway this week. The way that we were doing it before, it wasn't the best way of doing it. So looking into a better way of doing those, and yeah, should have that in place for the next show. But yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. Hope you all have a nice weekend.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye bye.